So yeah, this is gonna be a private recording, or maybe a private, yeah, to, I just need to vent and let this all out. The workplace drama I've been in for now it's become over a year. And recently it's just taken another form, as in people are starting to either ignore me or pretend that they have gone back to normal or pretend that they've always been on my side when they haven't. So today is 1st August 2026. I feel like this started last year, June, late June 2025 until now. People have been trying their best to do whatever it takes to get under my skin. I feel like my healing journey and my glow up journey has been the cause of the trigger, why they're so triggered and why they've showed that they're so jealous of me. So they've tried every possible tactic, such as copying everything about me, my style, when I was wearing essential oils and blending it with my perfume and no one else was doing that. Then they've started lathering themselves in essential oil and reeking up the place basically. And yeah, it was very unpleasant experience. Literally for 3 months, all sorts of large groups of people were all putting on all sorts of different chaotic sprays, oils that were just giving me headache, honestly, and making me feel nauseated because it was just too much, too strong, just too what are you doing? And they did not know how to blend anything out properly. So whenever I switch to a certain type of scent, right? Whether it be sweet, whether it be fresh, this, that, I don't know the proper names, but they would join me along with that and copy me. Always, yeah. And then my style of clothing, but they tried to keep it low key. They'd follow the similar or same color scheme as me. Everything when I started wearing darker clothes or whatever, so they did too. When I started wearing more pinks, now all of a sudden everyone likes pink. Oh, look at my pink nails. Oh, look at this pink hoodie. No, I'm laughing now, but it's not. It was not that funny when I was going through it. So, what else? They would try to jog my chair every time, and then pretend it was an accident. And then the few times I called them out on it, and they would say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," and then acting like I was gonna attack them. And then literally, this is how mental they were. And then they'd go back to doing the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. And they did it even more every single day, multiple times a day, complaining, formally against them did not help much. I'm sorry, it did not. They still kept doing that. They would do it more softly and, sort of lean in and sort of brush past my chair a bit. And then when I stopped reacting to that completely, because I realized they want a reaction and they want a chance for me to crash out, for them to label me crazy or label me as the villain. Then when that didn't work, I didn't give them that reaction. Guess what they moved on to? Sniffing near me whenever I'd walk past, or whenever they'd walk past me, making like sniffling, or just, I don't know, to this day I don't know exactly why they would do that. It's a pattern I picked up on. It seems like maybe they thought it would annoy me, it would get under my skin. They'd just go, it's just that similar sound of just like they pause for a minute, just what are you fucking doing? You know what? Yeah. And then I've realized they must have been reading the expressions on my face or whatever, or me, my body language of how uncomfortable I felt by that at the time. So they started doing that even more, to the point where a lot of people that I didn't even expect would do that around me, would do that around me. And then before anyone thinks, or I think, oh, it must have been is they have a cold, they have this, they have that. No, if it were a cold, they'd be sniffing at their desks. They would be sniffing, other random places in the room. But no, it's dead silent, very quiet. As soon as they walk past me, like some people wouldn't even hide it. One or two people in particular, they would make the most like deepest inhale, like they're inhaling a bog, like they're smoking something, like they'd go like you can hear the like it's like a fucking vacuum cleaner, like bitch, like a vacuum cleaner, like. And I don't have to exaggerate. I wish I had to exaggerate. I am not exaggerating whatsoever. This is something that just kept carrying on for so long. And then I completely decided, you know what? Let them. Like, I did not even call them out, because of course they would call me crazy. They'd say, oh, I have allergies, I have cold. Every excuse is in the book. Well, meanwhile, if they did have colds, they did have allergies, they would be sniffing. It wouldn't be a random one-off thing as they walk past me. It would be they would sniff at their desk, or they would go and get a tissue. How about that? Get a freaking tissue. So now recently, it still happens, but it started to die down. See, anytime I just don't react to all that stuff and I appear to be happy and focused on myself, that's when I call this I don't know where I heard this term from, the extinction burst. I don't think that's the term for it, but it's like they will try absolutely harder, escalate their tactics and keep doing that until they slow down and eventually stop. It happened with the chair, it happened with the interrupting me, and now it's starting to happen with the sniffing thing, because I'm not reacting. Even someone was bold enough face to face, I just said hi. This person said hi. I'm keeping them anonymous. Yeah, that person said hi. As soon as I could literally see them face to face, bold enough, they went like the sniff sound in that same exact way. And then one biggest clue I realized to where this actually is being done on purpose was one person in particular. They cannot help but give themselves away in certain words they say or whisper to each other, in certain phrases and the tone at which they say that. I have superb pattern recognition skills, and I could tell literally. And they were saying something blah blah blah, mind games, and then they said something another time when I saw them. They said something to someone else about they were like, oh, all this sniffing and like laughing about it as if it's like entertaining, to this person. And other people chuckling, laughing along with that person. And that was the biggest clue. And I was like, wow, well done. I was thinking, well done for giving yourself away. I knew it. I knew this wasn't accidental. I knew this wasn't just, you see, they were trying to annoy me and get under my skin, as always. Now, it's like the latest tactic now, August 1st, 2026, they have tried from a few days ago, is checking up on me, pretending that they care about how I feel all of a sudden, saying, oh, how are you? How are you doing? Or saying, let's be happy, everyone. In such a like mock tone, like I don't know what to say, but it's just like whatever. And I go along with it because I'm like, whatever, this doesn't even matter. Yeah. So the latest tactic has been checking up on me unnecessarily asking me again and again, how am I doing? Am I okay? Also, like, telling me about my work and how I'm doing it. Like, oh, did you know that you're meant to do things this way and sort this out this way? Because they want me to get annoyed, but I won't. I'm not like how I used to be. So I'm like, oh, yeah, thanks. I did know that actually. Yeah. That's what I say to them. And then they leave me alone and then they come up with something else. You know what? Now that I'm through this, I feel like, ignore the breadcrumbs, I'm eating a sandwich. Now I feel like I'm actually going to air this out. I will. I haven't mentioned any names. I've barely mentioned any genders of the people involved. You know, this has been happening to me consistently for so long. They wanted me to go crazy. And then the other day, someone else muttered under their breath. They said, "Oh, they." I caught up on. Girl, why can't I speak properly? So they mumbled something like they were obviously appearing like they were stressed all of a sudden, just right after that person asked me if I was doing okay, and I said, "Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you so much." Yeah, that person, let's say like an hour later or so, started just sort of huffing and puffing a little bit, just like feeling like seeming like they were stressed out all of a sudden, whereas before they felt like they made it seem like they were so relaxed and so happy. But anyway, anything can happen, it's fine. And then they were like under their breath, "Oh, I feel like I'm going crazy." And that, I don't know, that seemed to be a revelation for me because, okay, honestly, obviously, I don't wish for anyone to go crazy, but it's like these people have been spending how many months? It's been a year now, just trying to get under my skin, trying to drive me crazy. There were so many moments where I feel like if I was a weaker minded person, if I wasn't strong enough in my mental health, I would have gone crazy. That's how these people were up under my skin. Like, and now when it's not fun for them anymore, it's not entertaining for them anymore, oh, I feel like I'm going crazy. Obviously, I don't wish that on them to this day, like, no matter what they've done, because I'm a good fucking person. It's like, now you're not laughing now, huh? Like, yeah. So that's all. Oh, this event made me feel so much better. Like, I know I'm not crazy in this. I know this has been going on for so long. Like, it's like a group mob, like a group attack, like a large group of people, like 20 up to 30 people, trying every single day that I'm at work to try and annoy me, get under my skin. I've complained, I've tried doing everything, has not helped. The only thing that has helped, that I feel like, has been ignoring them and moving on with my own life completely, making sure I have a rich life outside of work, fill that up with hobbies, fill that up with me laughing and, you know, just enjoying myself, which is something you have to do. This helped me find balance in my life in a way, so that I'm not 24/7 thinking about work. I think about work when I'm at work. When I clock out of work, that's my time to decompress and relax, meditate, watch movies, do whatever I want. Yeah.